People ask me all the time why I became a chiropractor, and it's a great story. When I was in college, I was talking with my mom about what I wanted to be when I grew up, and she reminded me of the story about my brother, who's 4 years younger than I am. When he was a year and a half old, he had very bad knock knees, which meant that when he stood up straight, his knees were together but his feet were 6 inches apart. And the only solution that the medical doctors had was to wait till he was about 6, break his legs, shave his bones, and he'd have straight legs. My mom decided that she didn't want to have any of that. She's a hairdresser, so she was talking to her clients about this, and one of them suggested taking him to the chiropractor. So she looked it up and looked into it and found a chiropractor to take him to. This chiropractor adjusted him 3 times a week for a year and a half. And after that year and a half, his legs were straight. He was able to run, he was able to play soccer without any problems at all, no growing pains, nothing. And now, he's the weekend sports anchor for the NBC affiliate in Montgomery, Alabama. Had she not taken him to that chiropractor, his life would be much different than it is right now. The chiropractor saved his life. When I come into the office every day, my mission is to save lives and change people's lives every day. I want to make sure that their nervous systems, the master control system of the body, is not interfered with, that the signals can get to everywhere that they need to go. And I utilize the technology and the sciences and the art that I have available to me to make sure that I can make that happen for everybody that steps in my office. And sometimes people ask me how I'm different from other chiropractors. And the answer is simply, I'm very different in the way that I look at a person. You are a whole person. You know, you're not an arm or an elbow or a low back or a headache for that matter. The techniques and technologies that I use are able to analyze deeper into the body, different reflexes, different organ systems. The technology that I use can actually show me where the nervous system is being damaged or interfered with. The nutritional sciences that I use are made specifically to benefit different organ systems and bring the body into a much natural, more whole state of being. I'm very passionate about taking care of children. They can get very sick very quickly. We see the kids with asthma, with ADD, with ADHD, with learning disorders, autism, Asperger's. Birth trauma is very prevalent these days. The sad part is that a lot of people don't know that they can take their children and their babies to chiropractors to get adjusted, to have these traits that show up corrected without medication, without surgery, because all of those medications have very dangerous side effects. I know about kids. I've got 5 of my own. I have home births with all of them. None of them have been vaccinated ever. They've never had a drug, ever. And they're some of the healthiest, coolest kids on the planet. So one of my passions is to make sure that I take care of these kids so they don't grow up to be sick teenagers and sick adults. We're vitalistic, meaning that we work all together. We don't work in individual parts. We're not mechanistic. And we got to make sure that the nervous system, the master control system of the body, the brain, the spinal cord, can communicate freely with the body. And once we open that system up with adjusting, or the technology that I use, and then we put in the good foods and the good supplements, the building blocks, if you will, of the body then can open up and heal. Because wellness is a wheel. It takes all of those spokes together to be well. And that's exactly what we do here.